Hey, episode 639. How's Sarah?
Feeling itchy.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Tell them.
Susie warned me that I was going to catch something at camp.
Yeah.
And I did not catch COVID, but I did catch some sort of infection from either the woods or the mattresses or something, and got itchy bumps all over my body and had to take oatmeal baths and had to go to the doctor.
So bad, Sarah.
It's so silly. And they gave me a topical shampoo, and I'll be fine in 7 to 14 days.
Yeah, Sarah says it's a fungal infection, but I have not ruled out monkeypox.
There's nothing fun
yet.
about it, okay? That's why I'm not going to use that term.
Takes the fun out of fungal.
Dumb. That sounds disgusting, too.
I think the jury's out on monkeypox, in my opinion.
Right.
We'll find
we'll
out
see. In 7 to
if the
14 days.
But I just am so sorry. Like, even though I predict these terrible things, I do not want them to happen.
Right. But other good things happen, too. You know, it's the universe is balanced.
You
Like
have such a nice outlook because
I try.
I would be furious if I had a head-to-toe itchy rash. She said that she feels like Phoebe whenever she was with Charlie Sheen on Friends and they had to wear oven mitts.
Yeah. Was it chicken pox they had? Or poison oak or something?
No, it was chicken pox.
Chicken pox. Yeah, that's it. I feel like I have chicken pox.
Yeah, but like if you put all that stuff, you said you put like cream on and everything.
Yeah.
Why is it still itchy?
No, I didn't. I just picked up the medication. Like I was like running from the doctor's appointment to the pharmacy to all that stuff. And then I did the shampoo in the shower, but I did not yet put the topical cream on my body, which might happen.
I think that itching is just...
Oh, it's
like
the
it
worst.
can drive you crazy.
No, it does. It does drive and then your mind goes to a whole bunch of things. I was like, I got to diagnose myself. I was like, what is this? What could this be? And went out. Thank God it was nothing that the doctor in 2 seconds was like, oh, I know what this is. This is da 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 da. And
it reminds me, one of my favorite stories that we've ever talked about on the show was the story about the person who had a fucked up brain wiring that made her head itch.
Oh, God. Susie, I hated that story. Keep going. Sorry.
She couldn't quit itching for months and months and months, and no one knew what to do to help her. And then eventually she itched through her skull without realizing it, and then to her brain, and only when brain fluid started leaking out did she realize, like, oops-a-daisy. So,
oh, my God.
Because in that episode, in the article I had read, it said that the instinct to scratch and itch is the greatest instinct that humans can even have. It's
like, get that thing off me. Like, you have to do it. And it is, oh, gosh. And, like, it's not fun. It's not the best. I would rather be doing other things.
Whenever you get something...
Being set on fire.
Whenever somebody gets something like that at a camp, are you supposed to call them up and let them know?
No, I don't think this is one of those kind of things. Okay. This is more because I even Eli's not even supposed to do anything. It's more like something
I just wanted to know who did it. I want to know who patient zero
who done
is.
it. Yeah. I feel like it could also be the pool lounge chairs that I laid on, that the cushions. Like I had a towel that was just a little bit too small, and so I think at my back, I think maybe it started on my back, and my back was on, or shoulders were on that. So be warned, fair warning. You should definitely lay down a towel or put some protective thing down over pretty much anything that you lay on.
Well, because if
you think your skin is there to protect you,
think again.
Think again. We need something to maybe protect the skin. Itchy.
Well, because remember when you said that the curriculum wasn't updated from the 70s? What if those cushions weren't either,
Oh, they weren't. Not what
it's
if.
Like the Nixon administration
yes,
era.
Correct. They are, not if.
Gosh.
They are from that time.
I hope they do some fundraising.
If you would like to donate for mattresses to our camp, So
you don't think it was like bed bugs or something?
No, it wasn't, because it doesn't look like that. It doesn't have the
telltale signs.
Telltale signs. And they were like those plastic mattresses, so can't really get the bed bugs in there, I think. They're designed, they're the anti-bed bug mattress.
Well,
but
I am so sorry. I do not envy you. That is a nightmare. I really hope the meds kick in fast.
Yeah, I got to have something to complain about on here. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
You never complain, though. You just report the facts.
That's funny. It's like, Eli said the same thing. I was like, I don't know what I felt like I was complaining about something. I was complaining about, I rolled my ankle or something, and I was complaining about, like, how my ankle still hurt. And I was like, oh, it's always something with me. He's like, it's never anything with you. What are you And because in my mind, I feel like I'm still like the little kid who didn't want to run the mile. So I was like, I have a tummy ache and I have to go to the nurse's office. I would work so hard to get out of things. And I had like definitely not problems and I should have had somebody be like, go ahead and go play. So
there were always
now
those
I feel
girls.
guilty. That was
They'd
me.
say, like, I have cramps.
How many of those girls, if you were drawing a Venn diagram of those girls and horse girls, how big would that overlap be?
Oh my God, is it a perfect circle?
It's a perfect circle.
Why is that?
I don't know. Is this just me?
It's like
horse
diva
girls
behavior. No.
Right in. I'm talking to them.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
horse girls. Write me. Let me know. Were you also this girl who tried to get out of the mile?
Because what you're kind of implying is that there's an entitlement. Is that it?
No, it's not even that. It's more just like, maybe. Oh, God, maybe. I never thought about it that way. I'm like, no. And how defensive I got right there kind of tells me maybe yes. What is up with that?
Well, because why else would it?
Well, I feel like there's a part of me that thinks we're a little lazy. Like the actual sport itself is riding something that takes you from point A to point. Like, yes, it's a thigh workout, but
it's like the luge.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of running. Like I like try to get out of the. I'm like, no. Usually something carries me.
All right,
it might be entitlement. Now that we talk that out.
Yeah, because you have to have a certain amount of money usually to own a horse and know how to ride it. So those same people might also think, I don't need to do this.
Yeah. I want to be very very clear here.
Oh, we're going to offend the equine community.
No. About me and my status. This was not there were tons of like money in the bank thing. This was Dad was dating the woman who worked at the stables, and Sarah got riding lessons.
I didn't even know you got riding lessons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's why you corrected me when I mispronounced dressage or whatever.
Dressage.
And I called it like dressage.
Yeah.
Because I'd only ever read it, and you were like, dressage.
Yeah.
And you kind of acted like everyone knew that, but maybe...
No. Everyone does not know that. Only horse girls know that.
How long did you take these lessons?
Oh, maybe like a year or two. I don't know.
Wow. What did you learn? Are you really good?
Well, I mean, I can like ride equestrian style, and like I think I was mostly in it for the outfit.
Did you wear the outfit?
Oh, for sure. I loved it. Tan pants with the black boots, white tucked in shirt, black hat.
Yes.
Yep. Black velvet hat, velour hat, whatever it is, velvet hat.
And then as soon as they broke up, you couldn't take them anymore? You couldn't take lessons? Is that what happened?
I feel like I kept riding a little bit after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
You stuck with it.
Yeah.
Wow, your life is so weird. What age was this?
Yeah. Oh, 11, 12, 13.
So this was before he was inappropriate?
Yeah, it was during and,
before it was exposed.
Correct.
Oh my God. What a life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe that's why you never brought it up.
Again, peaks and valleys.
Well, I'll tell you what one of the peaks is, and that is the delicious food that you can get from wild grain bread.
Oh, love it. Man, let me tell you, Suze.
Yeah, tell me.
You were not kidding with the fresh pasta.
Yes.
I made the most bomb-ass pasta. And let me tell you my trick. Yeah. You put spinach in, you cut up, like chop up some spinach, put it in the strainer. Then when the water is, like the pasta's done, you pour the pasta over the spinach into the strainer, and it wilts the spinach, and then you can make like a really good, like, I did a sun-dried tomato and Parmesan with spinach pasta.
That sounds so good.
And it, like, the spinach cooks perfect. It's so delicious. There's my pasta tip and trick.
Wow.
And it's going to be extra delicious with that fresh pasta. Holy crap, it was so good.
It really will. We had people over for dinner, and they thought it was like, fresh made pasta.
Yes.
I was like,
well, because that's what it is.
Right. It really is. It comes and you freeze it, and then when you're ready to cook it, you just take it out of the freezer and throw it in. It's phenomenal. Their bread products are all amazing too. The sourdough, they have like a seed bread, but it's really high quality ingredients, and the taste is out of this world. Every item bakes from frozen, and usually in like 25 minutes or less. So it feels miraculous is what it does. Hungry already? For a limited time, you can get $30 off the first box plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/braincandy to start your subscription. You heard me. Free croissants in every box and $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/braincandy. That's wildgrain.com/braincandy, or you can use our promo code braincandy at checkout.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes. Okay. I have so many cool stories for you.
Okay.
We'll start with like the least exciting and build our way up, I suppose. This one's just like a little amuse-bouche, a little like appetizer, as you like to say. Mm-hmm. As of 2023, or like starting in 2023, for the first time ever, wives and mothers are now able to enter the Miss Universe contest.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do they still have like an age range?
I believe it's 18 to 28.
Right. Because
Yes.
it used to be like as soon as you got married, even if you were within that age bracket, you were
And not only that, it had to be single women ages 18 to 28 who didn't have children or had never been married. So you couldn't have even been married and divorced.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief.
Speaking of, I have a question. I've been recently, when you move, you have to like update all the stuff, the health insurance, you go to the dentist, you get all the doctor's appointments done, blah, blah, blah. And in almost every place I go when I fill out a form, they have like, marital status. And they give divorced as an option.
Yes.
I don't want to put that.
Why?
Why do I have to?
I don't know. But like, what is your feeling about putting it?
The other person doesn't have to put that anymore.
What other person?
The person I was married to.
Why not? Oh.
Because he's married.
He's married.
So
Right.
his status changed and then changed, and so he gets to put something different, and because mine changed to divorce, but now technically changed to single, how come I can't put that?
Why do they need to know that stuff?
Why is it even an option?
Yeah.
There must be a reason, like it must, maybe it's something like, because I was racking my brain as to why this can be.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it had something to do with like the tax year that it fell in, like for like the year after you get divorced, you have to file as that or something like that. I don't know. I'm making this up. I'm just like guessing. This is Sarah's got a theory, but like real loosey-goosey one.
No, I got what you were saying though, that this is even you have to put this on tax forms, divorce, which makes sense because married, but still, why can't it just be single? Right.
Now I'm protesting and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that because
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Yeah. And plus, in my experience, it's been so freaking hard to prove that I'm divorced anyway to every place so I can get my name changed. I feel like the process that they would have to go to even prove that I was married to begin with, who's going to do that?
Yeah, they're going to be like, it's not worth it. Who cares?
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like,
yeah, I agree with you.
Maybe somebody that I'm sure will have to review this on Shit We Got Wrong. I'm calling it Shit We Got Wrong because Linda ain't here.
That's so funny. Wow, I never thought about it, but it is so weird that you would even have to announce that.
Yeah.
Taxes is one thing, but like, I feel like you have to put that on a
At
lot
the
of
dentist,
stuff.
I went to the dentist this morning.
Right, that's
sort
what
of.
I mean. Why does your dentist need to know?
Yeah. And I
Fuck
sort
that
of went
guy
because
or
I went
lady.
there. They told me I was covered by my health insurance. I got an entire exam, and then they were like, oh, actually, you're not in network. And then they were like, you could just go. And I was like, cool, email me my info. And that was
is
it.
Bonkers.
So I have to.
What
I
did
think
they
I need
say
a
about your
dentist
teeth?
redo.
Ship shape?
Oh! I'm so glad you asked. It's like she knows that all I want to do is talk about. I love going to the dentist, and here's why. The dentist, who was adorable, and now I'm like turning into my mother because I'm like he was probably like 30, and he was like so sweet, so nice.
Oh,
so
you're saying
cute.
nice, not hot.
Both.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like Dr. Vogel on the Brady Bunch.
But like he was just like adorable. Like he not my type, but like real cute.
Yeah.
And what was the question?
I just want to know about your teeth.
Yeah. Oh, and he was like, "You've never had a cavity, have you?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." Thanks for noticing. And he was like, "Your teeth, you are an actual anomaly."
Yeah.
And I was like, because he said, I got bad news. You do have a cavity. So I do have one, but we knew this. We've talked about this before. I knew about this a year ago. Good news, hasn't gotten any worse. I feel like I can reverse it with something. I'm sure there's some product out there.
Reverse it.
There's got to be something. I feel like I have to do a deep dive. I feel like maybe this
impossible.
exists.
It is. It's a hole in your tooth, Sarah.
But mine's barely. It's like so you couldn't even see it. I feel like they could just, I don't know, something.
That's why you should just get it filled because it'll take 15 minutes.
Yeah,
it's like lickety split on there.
Yeah.
But
and I was like, what happens? I feel bad. I feel like I failed my teeth. And he's like, no,
I bet.
You're like an anomaly. Nobody has. He's like, how old are you? Like, who? Everybody has cavities.
yes, I read this article about how they just discovered that there may be a genetic component related to your gut microbiome in terms of why you never got a cavity.
Whoa! That would be crazy because what if I like too much of one thing and not enough of another? That like this is ooh, Sue, look at us, just like where is this story going? It's going left. It's going right. Maybe we're talking about dental health. Maybe we're talking about women being in the Miss Universe pageant. Maybe it's horses. We're just going everywhere today.
Well, yeah, because I was really interested in the article because I have two siblings that have no cavities, and it makes me mad. Like,
Who?
Gretchen and Paul.
Gretchen and Paul have no cavity. Now I'm mad because they beat me. I'm like
mad
pissed.
Because Paul like mainlines Mountain Dew, and the fact that he does not have a cavity is infuriating.
Stop it.
Yeah.
This is
So I
when
was
they
like,
told us that people who smoke pot were less likely to get COVID. And I was like, yeah! Finally paid off.
Right. I mean, at least you got that going for you.
Oh, it's probably the Benadryl.
Okay, so I'm glad you got the confirmation though, that you do have this one little tiny
I do.
thing.
Yeah. Yes.
And then, but did he bring up the hopeless tooth?
No, he didn't. I think that was just one doctor. So now I've gone to two other doctors who have gotten, and I've gotten x-rays, and they have not said anything. So that dentist can kick rocks.
Just like you.
He's hopeless. Yeah, he's hopeless.
Right. You're
the dentist
hopeless.
is hopeless. Yeah. I'm not hopeless. You're hopeless. Oh, gosh. I'm giggly
funny.
today. Yes. So back to Miss Universe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We were talking about Miss and the divorce thing and where I had to sign the forms. Okay. Right. Dentist this morning. Got it. Because I had to fill that out this morning is why I was thinking about this. And then it was putting it together with this article. That wasn't originally how it was. In the very, very beginning, there was no official rule. And then one woman had her Miss Universe title revoked because they found out she was either married or had a kid. I can't remember which one. And then there was also a Miss India or Miss Universe India that did have a child or was married, something like that. But that was back in the day, and it wasn't since 1978 that it's been the rule.
Are they going to call it like Ms. Universe?
Oh,
maybe not.
Well, I feel like that.
They could.
Do I go back to being Miss? I'm Miss Rice
Ew,
again?
no, it'd be a Ms.
Well,
That's the Mr. equivalent.
Yes, Miss Rice. Except
I don't like
3 times in a row, the other day I got called ma'am, and I was like, I'm sorry, is my mother behind me?
You must not have been wearing your overalls.
I believe
collection.
I was, which is even worse. No, probably. I was definitely wearing Crocs. 100% chance.
Do you think they age you?
Crocs?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't help in other ways. They're not. I've been told they're not exactly the most flattering of footwear.
No, they're not flattering, but I wouldn't have thought that they would age you. They are.
They are. And now I have full decorations on them. I've hand selected them. Yes. Oh, yes.
Whenever you're wearing them, do you ever get out some dad grass and go for the gold?
Sus, yeah. There are pot leaf images on said charms.
What's a hot leaf?
Pot leaf.
Oh,
well, we can call it a hot leaf.
Terminology for these stoners. I didn't know.
No, pot leaf, but
yes.
potato.
Yes, and if you are someone that maybe thinks you need to take the edge off because the world is on fire.
Literally,
why don't you make your dad grass go on fire instead and take some time to chill out without getting super high?
Yes.
Just a touch. It's like having a glass of wine.
I enjoy sharing one on the walk with Bo in the evening after dinner.
That is so nice.
Sharing a joint. Walking on the street, little dad grass.
Dad grass is legal, organic hemp, relaxes your body, mellows your mind. The CBD products are made with 100% organic hemp, and then they have the ones with a little bit of THC. Those are also available in all 50 states. All dad grass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over and ship right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Go to dadgrass.com/braincandy to check it out. Right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/braincandy. Go to dadgrass.com/braincandy for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/braincandy. Wouldn't it be fun to get some of that for all the upcoming fall fun? A bonfire with a little bit of dadgrass.
Come on.
It's so cozy.
It's in time for it goes with every season, if you ask me. Come on.
That's right. It really does.
Yes.
Yeah. Dadgrass is the reason for the season. Anyway, as you were saying, so the Miss Universe thing.
Yep. They're back.
Are we against pageantry?
Okay. I was also having this going back and forth with this one. It was the person who was quoted in the article was the president or chairman or something like that of Miss Universe, Bahrain or another country that I feel like maybe in certain places it's helpful or beneficial and it gives women a different kind of platform and voice. But I don't know if the old American, Miss USA kind of pageant style thing is.
Yeah.
It's not a pageant, it's a scholarship program.
And it is, but it's a scholarship program that's almost entirely based on how you look.
Right. So I feel like there's not there. I wouldn't look at that and feel like there was a place for me there.
Yeah.
I have been referred to as alternative pretty.
Who said that?
Just people.
No. A man or a woman?
Man.
Wow. That's so weird because what in the world is alternative about you?
I know. I think it's the curly hair. Because honestly, I can you name a curly-haired, not a cartoon, main character that's not a person of color that isn't a silly character? The only one I could think of is Felicity.
Oh, yeah. And then back in the day when Nicole Kidman had curly hair.
Oh, she was the other one that was mentioned.
Yeah. But really, it's very few.
But modern, now. Because we can't go in perms were in style.
I can't think of any.
I can't think of any either because the only one that sometimes pops up is Natasha Lyonne. But she's kind of on that funny side of.
Well, she's alternative in her personality too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I have I can't think of a lot of places where,
Sarah really educated me about the curly girl, like the way that men are kind of weird about curly hair.
Yes, they really are.
I had no idea this was happening.
Yeah.
Because women love curly hair.
Yeah.
And we covet it and we think, oh, I wish I had. But you told me men don't.
It goes either way with men. There are, and I have to find the men who love, and usually when they do like it, all of their exes had similar hair.
They're like fetishists.
Yes. They're like, yeah, I like curly hair. It's like Eli loves my big hair. Like, the bigger the better. When I wake up and it's like crazy, he's like, yeah, that.
It is awesome.
And it's like so funny that he likes the big. I'm like, what? This is insane. He's like, yeah, I like it. So I don't know. Maybe it just is like a sign that like, her, she's as wild as her hair. And
yeah, like I wonder if there's ever been a Miss Universe with
her
curly hair, or Miss America.
I feel like it gets. There isn't that for. It's just looked at as like you're not doing your hair, when it's really the opposite.
Right.
It's a fucking lifestyle.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Moisture, protein. I'm kidding. It's fine.
I know.
Could you imagine?
Well, it's adorable, and
problems
everyone
of abundance.
loves it.
Thank you. Yes, and now if you are a curly-haired girl who is or was married and maybe has a kid.
Did I tell you about when I was in a pageant?
No, Susie, tell me.
Okay, it was
everything right now.
It was the Miss Pittsburgh pageant.
Miss Pittsburgh. Well, you should have won. Tell me everything. Did you win?
No, I got in the top 10.
Top 10.
And then once you get to the top 10.
Here she comes, Miss Brain Candy Brainy.
Yes.
Tell me.
Once you get to the top 10, then they reset the score to 0 for everybody. So you're like starting fresh slate. Yeah. And then it's only based on the one question, and I choked.
No! Do you remember what the question was? Of course.
I think it was, how would you like to be remembered?
Oh, no.
But it wasn't like
in
my
a photograph. I mean, what?
It wasn't that my answer was bad.
Fondly.
It just wasn't memorable. There was nothing original. It was sort of like, just think of something to say kind of thing.
Got it. Caught you off guard. And you just
It was so embarrassing.
Have you thought back to what you would have answered?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh. If you're ever wondering why Susie is the one who asks all the questions and usually like prize, and I'm the one who spills all my guts and says everything, this is why. She's like, nope, I'm good. We're not doing that.
Because remember on the show, even I said how I have so many regrets in life, I'm just riddled with, I regret everything, and so like I can't talk about it because I'll just like ruminate.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
But it was a interesting experience.
Wow, what was your takeaway from it? Did you feel better or worse about pageants?
I think I felt worse because it really was, for me it was, I really wanted the scholarship. That's why it's so funny that everyone says that. I really did. And
she was like, I really was stripping my way through nursing school or medical school.
Right, totally. But like, you have to have 3 outfits, and I was like, how am I going to afford them?
Oh my gosh, you were like Little Miss Sunshine or something. This is so great and awful.
Little Miss Sunshine, that's so funny.
Only because she's wearing a yellow shirt today, guys, and like it's just you look like it today, like just a happy and like a ray of sunshine.
But I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a very strange world.
Yeah. Did you feel objectified?
No, I actually didn't. I felt like they were really into my personality, and I felt like that's why I got in the top 10.
My tits are down here. That's one of my favorite jokes of yours ever.
Guys, maybe you didn't notice these.
Have you seen these jokes?
I think you were distracted. My body is banging.
Don't let my personality distract you guys. These tits are fantastic.
So stupid.
Oh, God, this
But no, I really did. I didn't feel objectified at all. There was no swimsuit situation.
Okay.
Too. I think that would have made a big difference. I wouldn't have gone for that.
Yeah.
Just because that's embarrassing. I don't know how they do that prancing around up there.
Yeah, I could barely walk down a pool deck in mine without like slipping or something. Now they're
do you
doing
ever
it in
have
heels.
these moments where you say stuff like we just did and then remember how many times we were on national TV in a bikini?
Oh my God. Literally running in. Yes, I do forget that. I forget all the time that and then there's also like this feeling of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to take a photo like without makeup on or like without, you know how many times I was woken up at 4:00 in the morning to partners that had left in the middle of the night or to like TJ being like, get in this coffin. And if you think that's a joke, that is not a joke. That is fact. That is a real thing that happened. Just lay down. Here's your breathing hole. No makeup. Definitely not. In fact, they pulled me out of the pool for that one.
Wow.
In a towel. I didn't even get to put on clothes.
You could have definitely got a fungal infection in there, too. All
God,
wet and clammy.
Listen, the amount of times I told them that. Right. I should send them the bill from this. It's probably leftovers.
Yeah, right. Like part of the infection just lives in there.
Yes, it just lives there now.
I'll tell you what is not disgusting, and that is the service that is supplied by Dipsy, which is sexy story time for you and for me.
It.
I mean,
what a way to relax, unwind, have some nice self-care. I saw a funny meme that was like, the other night my husband apologized for playing video games in the evening. I just smiled and looked at my 4 sexy time videos that were queued up for like audio videos.
Right, like you do your thing, I'll do mine.
Yeah, it's like okay.
They have hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for women. Mm-hmm. So like they help you get your motor running without being the patriarchy, right?
There's even a camping one.
No,
I know because I
the fact that you know that is so.
I do. Listen, you can get very specific of what you're into.
Right.
Sometimes I like it when the fancy and real life overlaps a little. It gives me some ideas for,
I get that. I do get that. Just not camp, though. But they have sounds.
Obviously, camping, Susie.
And a character. I can't talk anywhere. Anyway, they get content all the time and update it. There's something for everyone. For listeners of the show, Dipsy's offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/braincandy. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to DIPSEA stories.com/braincandy, dipsystories.com/braincandy.
Yeah.
Can I just say also...
okay.
There was
what other exciting things do I have to tell you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was just wondering if I could say something real quick.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you can always say something real quick. And for a second, I couldn't hear you, too. It cut out for
that's
a
why.
second.
That's all.
And I was like, what happened? So, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say, I won't go into the details because it just doesn't matter. But in the Brain Candy Crush, there was somebody who was not into one of our sponsors.
Okay.
Because they felt like the app has privacy issues and stuff. And so they were saying like, I can't believe it. Why would Susie and Sarah do this? This is so terrible, whatever. And I think privacy is such an important thing. And like everyone has to figure out what works for them in terms of like apps and settings on stuff and whatever. But I just want to point out that if you're concerned about privacy, the place that you are writing this, aka Facebook, is the number one data sharing company in the history of the universe.
Right.
And the damage is done.
Right.
So I think that maybe things catch on where it's like, oh, this app does it. They all do.
Correct.
That's what apps are built for.
Yes.
They're built to mine your data.
That's why one of my favorite quotes from, I think it was from the Social Experiment.
Social Network.
Maybe the Social Experiment. It's the documentary one, not the one.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's that. Okay.
Yeah, something like that, because I get them confused all the time.
Mm-hmm.
not to be like, no, you're out. You know, but they said, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product.
Right. And that sucks, and I don't love it either on any app.
Yeah, and I'm not paying for Instagram. I'm not paying for I'm not paying for any of that.
So I totally get it. And if you don't want to download apps that operate that way, you shouldn't. And you should also get the fuck off of Facebook. Real
Definitely.
fast.
Definitely.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Oh my God, Facebook scares me.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
As
yes. Okay. This is going to get you all wound up. I know it.
I'm already wound up.
Yes, this is going to be great. I love it. Or terrible. I mean, it is terrible, but
one or the other.
You know, peaks and valleys, like we say. So there was, this happened in 2000, but I don't know, like the story is new about this. There is an artist who is from, I think he's from, where's he from? Chile, who created an experiment where he put goldfish in blenders and then put them in a museum and then put a sign on them that said, you can press the on button and kill the fish, or don't touch the button and let the fish live. And the piece was intended to force people to, he quotes, do battle with their conscience.
Okay.
This would be great if all the blenders were unplugged. But they were not unplugged. And people pressed the button and killed the fish.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding.
Okay.
And like in that what they called a blitz of horrific cruelty.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that
like
really
then
grosses me out,
doesn't it? So then, and it gets even crazier. So then, people started complaining, and there were a bunch of complaints that began pouring in. The blenders were, like, of course, unplugged, but the artist refused to, he was ordered to unplug them, but the artist refused to unplug the blenders. And he said that he was protesting. He ended up getting fined, like the equivalent of about $200 by the police. But then he protested the fine in the name of artistic freedom. He did not pay the fine. So then they dragged him into court for animal cruelty.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
I would agree with that too. But they got the testimony of veterinarians who said that because the fish died instantly, there was no exposed prolonged suffering, and so he didn't get any sort of punishment or any fine. And I think it did get taken down eventually, but can you believe that he did that? And then he went on to do another piece. First, I want to hear your take on the goldfish one, and then I'll tell you about the next one.
Well, I understand the point, and I could even understand if he were making a commentary about eating meat or fish and how we willingly do that and it doesn't bother us. But it sounds to me like he's the kind of person that's just attention-seeking narcissist type.
You're very good. Yeah, and it kind of like, apparently there was an art piece that was done where there was like a gun put in the middle of, I want to say it was like New York City or something like that. Like it was just a gun that was given instructions on it to do as you wish. And bystanders, it was like enough to almost make bystanders commit murder. That they were like, oh, do as I wish. Okay, I'll take it. And like not even thinking.
That is so weird.
Isn't that weird? And it's kind of like echoes of the Stanford prison experiment, that they will easily begin to mistreat others with their own free will or at their own free will.
That is true.
It's pretty terrifying. And I don't have any more information on how this happened, but there were 10 blenders and all of them had the sign on them, or like the sign was in front of all of them. And the there was only one, it says at least one visitor pressed the button and killed 2 goldfish. So that makes me think, did he press 2 at the same time? Or did he press 1, see that it killed 1, and then do another one?
Yeah.
I think who's more fucked up is that guy. Only if he did it twice. I want to know how that happened, and it doesn't say.
Right. Or if there were 2 fish in one blender.
No,
right?
there aren't. No. They're individual. That's what I was thinking too. And I looked at the photo of what the piece looks like. They're individual goldfish in individual blenders.
I feel like you could argue that putting a fish in a blender like that is not humane to begin with. You know? I don't know if it's true or not, but it just seems like that wouldn't be a nice life to begin with.
Yeah. Then you'd almost have to argue that in order for it to not be a nice life, the fish has to be aware that those blades could kill it.
Well, right. I mean, right? It's not a very big space, too, though.
Yeah, but like a little goldfish can totally live in they put them in those teeny tiny little jars at the fish store. Pet store.
Fish store.
Yeah.
This is so disturbing. Do you think, I wish they would interview the people that press the buttons.
Yes, that's what I want to know.
It.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. That's a real interesting story. And I bet that's kind of probably what the artist wanted to, oh God, that's fucked up. And like that person, like what if they thought it was fake and now they're living with that? Remember the lady who filled in the crossword puzzle that was like the old ancient crossword puzzle? She like took out a pen. It was like in a museum and she had filled it out.
I'm truly surprised more stuff like that doesn't happen because people are very, very dumb.
They are definitely dumb. Yeah.
I'll tell you what's not dumb.
Tell me.
KiwiCo.
Not dumb at all. In fact, that'll stimulate your brain in like the best way possible.
Yes, it is such a great idea. If you have a child in your life that you want to get something really fun that they will love, but also will help them learn.
Yes.
Because they have hands-on projects in each box that you can build with your child or they can do on their own. Engineering, science, art. It's just designed to make learning fun for every
astronomy.
age.
I learned so many cool things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like not on a screen, which we're all trying to get our kids off screens all the time.
Right.
They have like every age group. You can customize it for that. And it makes a great gift. And you can make summer a new learning adventure every month with KiwiCo. Get 50% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line with code BRAINCANDY at KiwiCo.com. That's 50% off your first month at KIWICO.com. Promo code BRAINCANDY.
Yes. All right. Well, if you had a problem where you thought you thought goldfish getting like blended up in a blender was a problem before, I think you're really going to think it's a problem after I tell you this little fun factoid we learned about spiders.
Tell me.
It is people are pretty sure, say with pretty good confidence, that spiders dream.
Right. Was this in the Atlantic?
I'm sure it was. It was in the New York Times with an adorable title called "Do Spiders Dream of Eight-Legged Sheep?" I thought that was the cutest title.
Tell me what they think. What are they speculating here?
So, researchers were looking at what happens. You know, they're like monitor spiders all the time, of course, like, you know, they do with any animal. And they noticed that during the animal's sleep, they were doing those little twitches that people's legs do, and people and they were like, that's interesting. So then they looked at their eyes, and they don't have eyes that have lenses like we do, so you can't like watch the eye go back and forth through like a lens, but they have these retinal tubes that adjust their gaze, and it just so happens that the exoskeleton of a jumping spider is thin enough to where you can see the retinal tubes like externally, like through the exoskeleton. And they monitored the movement of these retinal tubes, and they found certain patterns, and they revealed that spiders' retinal tubes move at these regular intervals, which increase over a course of a napping session, and the periods where their eyes moved at these rates were associated with the leg twitches, and these were two things that have been observed in REM cycles for other animals. And we know this because in the same way, the person who was part of the research team said, I know without, like, it is no question to me that spiders dream. In the same way, it would be no question to any dog owner that their dog was dreaming. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm like, oh, Bo's definitely chasing a bone in her sleep.
Yeah.
Spiders are having little teeny tiny spider dreams, and that is the cutest thing in the whole entire world. Like, what are they dreaming of? Are they dreaming of, like, making the perfect little web? Or are they dreaming of, like, what are they dreaming of? Having millions and millions of little spider babies?
Eating flies, right? They eat flies.
Eating flies?
Well,
coming down a water spout?
I'm amazed that they even, you said nap. They nap.
In the course of a napping. Oh, well, yeah, that's just, I would imagine, like a sleeping session. So what they do is how they sleep is kind of cute too. They make themselves a nice little spider cage and they put like little anchors down so that they don't move. And then they tuck their legs in, so they almost look like they are curled up, resembling a dead spider. And then, so you can watch their little legs kind of like twitch. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's so many mysteries of the universe that really, if you think about them, it can really mess your mind up.
No joke. And so, you know, people always, like, we kind of always play around with, like, why even do this to begin with? Like, what's even the point? Mm-hmm. And, you know, understanding why we sleep, like, this is a huge mystery of the universe.
Right.
Like, we talk about this all the time. Like, we do not know why we sleep, yet or I should say it's poorly understood why we sleep. But now we're recognizing that animals, big and small, where, like, there are so many differences between us and a spider, but, like, we all dream. Like,
that's the thing that
gotta
really
be
freaks
something
you out.
That's more than whatever makes us human. That is the benefit for. There's something that it's doing.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, and I hate when scientists try to just, like, dismiss it as, well, it's your mind's, like, processing and filing memories, and that's no fun. I want it to be like a window into, like, another realm or something cool and spooky.
Spooky.
Because it feels a little bit spooky.
It does. I am totally with you. I mean, spiders are having, like, because I feel like when I watch Bo dream, I can almost understand what she's dreaming about. In some weird way, I feel like, oh, she's probably dreaming about. Maybe
Does she cry in her sleep sometimes?
Sometimes. She's like,
That's the worst. Why are they crying
like,
in there?
Sorry. Well, I cry in my sleep. So, you know, I'm like, oh, yeah.
You do not.
I have definitely woken up. I wake up like, I'm kind of like whimpering. Like, I whimper.
That is awful.
Oh, and Eli told me that I snore, but not like a regular snore. This is what I did.
Like a horse.
Yeah, like my lips. Oh, no. Is
You're
this another
dreaming
horse
about the
girl
lessons.
Thing?
Yeah.
I'm dreaming about the lessons.
Oh, my God.
That's so funny.
Wonder why you're doing that, though. What is that? What do you think?
I have no clue.
That's bizarre. I've never heard you do that in your sleep.
He was teasing me in the morning. He's like, "Oh, come over here, little floppy lips." Like, and I was like, "Whoa! You may be careful out where we're going around just saying that nickname.
Yeah, right.
I don't want people to get any ideas."
Right. Some of us are sensitive about that phrase.
That's funny. I was laughing. So,
wow.
Yeah, spiders, man. Oh, I do have to tell you about that. I skipped over that. I told you I was going to tell you about that other artist or
yes, his other
whatever
exhibit.
you call it. His exhibit. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is so annoying that you can barely call it an exhibit. Okay.
Right.
He got liposuction, removed the fat from his body, mixed it with ground beef, made meatballs, which he fried in olive oil and displayed in a public gallery.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I knew where you were going with this, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And what was the message there?
He said, firstly, I want to show people that meatballs made with my fat are no more disgusting than the meatballs you buy in the supermarket.
Okay.
Secondly, it's a dialogue with modern society that lives to eat rather than eating to live, as it should. You eat, and when you're overweight, you go to a clinic, have an operation, have your fat removed, and you start to eat again. And he was kind of saying, like, I ate, then I got the fat, then I had the fat removed, then I ate the fat to kind of keep, and he just kept that cycle going. And when asked how they taste, he said, even better than my grandmother's. I do not believe that he ate them. It says he invited 12 people to join him in eating the meatballs in a Last Supper. But
see, Sarah, this is like that other guy.
I know. I hate this.
Ah, man.
What? Right. There's no woman on the frickin' planet. And don't even try to tell me that this is like the same as women doing art with their period blood, because it's not.
I could do without that, though, too.
I can't.
I'm not
but
really
I get
into
what
that.
we're saying. I get what we're saying with that.
Yeah, all right. But can't we all agree? Like, we get it. That's enough. Please stop it. Because the people that would need to get that message are not appreciating that art anyway.
Right.
And if this guy needed liposuction, then he's the same as the people he's condemning.
Yeah. I mean, ugh.
I thought you were going to say maybe he was just going to put the fat on display, which would be fine with me.
Fried it in olive oil. And I can't stand when they like get specific about like what kind of olive. I don't even know. Ugh.
It's because they just cannot get enough attention.
Yeah.
It's like Wes. I don't know how, but it is.
Yeah, look at me. I'm so great for this weird thing I'm doing that's really not that fantastic.
I'm smarter than you because I'm so weird.
Ugh. So, there you go.
That is awful,
Spider's
Sarah.
dream, though.
That I love.
Yeah, we love that.
I mean, I should also say Adam cured he lost 20 pounds, so he's quit snoring.
Whoa.
Remember
Whoa!
When he
Get out!
snoring?
It really was connected to that.
Oh, yeah, it is. Because it's the size of your throat, I've been told.
Whoa!
The bigger your throat is,
well,
the more...
congratulations, Adam, on getting rid of sleep apnea.
Yeah.
If
this
isn't
is
like,
true for
that's
everyone.
like being motivated to get healthy and take care of your body to like really have health. I mean, like we all want that for health benefits, but like that really is like.
Well, because if you're not sleeping, then you're screwed.
Right.
And if you have sleep apnea, you're not getting the proper rest because your brain's like doing crazy stuff inside. Right. So it was
kind of like when you're covered in hives and itchy.
What are we? Let's do a check-in on the itch factor. What are we at now? Same?
Oh, like a 3.
Was it a 3 when we started?
No, it was like a 5.
Yeah, there seemed
Or
to be
6.
more itching going on.
Yeah.
Or scratching, I should say.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's no longer
That's
a snorer,
great.
thank goodness.
That's great. And you won't have to wake up in the middle of the night and almost have to save his life /
I know, I almost became a
deal
widow.
with the corpse. Right.
It was the whole thing. Deal with the corpse.
Yeah, now all you have to put up with is little twitches from REM cycle.
I wonder,
Like
you know
the
how like
spiders.
sometimes you find a spider in your bedroom? Like, wouldn't it be fun if you're all sleeping at the same time and dreaming?
The other day I was watching TV and one climbed up my arm. And I was like, oh,
big one?
sorry, buddy. It was like medium size, and I panicked and I killed him. With my fingers. I just squished him with my fingers because I didn't know what else to do and I didn't want to freak out. So I was like, you or me. And I barehand strangled a spider.
That is terrible.
I don't think I've ever done that. And I felt really bad. But then I was like, it was you or me. And like, it was just in a moment. That was my instinct. So that was good for me.
Why? Why was
Well,
that
because
good?
I like to know that in a moment when something is crawling on me, I'm not going to scream or like it, then it jumps on you and then you like have a problem because like then it's on your, I don't know. I always imagine like it jumping on my face and then I'm like,
yes,
that's always my fear. So I just was like, and just pinched him. That was me making a hand gesture towards my shoulder, but very.
I'm sorry, R.I.P. Spider.
R.I.P. Spider, but yeah.
He kind of was asking for it.
He was. So, everybody's sleeping in the little bed, having little dreams. Adam and the spider.
Yeah, we're all doing great over here. Just don't go to Sarah's house if you're a spider.
Correct.
That's the lesson. I can't believe Bo's still hanging in there, wearing diapers and everything.
She's hanging in there. I know.
What do you think her life expectancy is?
I think that we might have some kidney disease going on.
Oh my God. It's
because
so bad.
They did say that her urine was very diluted. So it's not absorbing in the, like, water isn't absorbing into her system in the same way. She's, like, drinking a lot of water.
And so is she wearing a diaper 100% of the time?
Yep.
And how many do you have to change a day?
Like 4.
You have got to be kidding me. Is it all number 1 or all?
Oh, it's all number 1. It's only, and it's not even like she's going the full thing. What happens is the muscle that it's kind of like she just gets a little dribble. She really just needs a little pad. Though? There's no poo. She goes regular. She has no problem with that. It's just the pee. It's just and it's because the muscle that holds her bladder closed gets just old and tired. And
this is what
she's not doing her little doggy Kegels.
Oh my God. I hate doing Kegels. I just can't do it.
Nobody likes that. And now I hear that you maybe shouldn't do that because that there is I've heard from women who are pelvic floor. Yeah, look into that because there are some women who squeeze too much and like naturally have like a tightening of that area and it can have like the opposite effect of like overwork. I saw something on, I don't know, it's like on social media that was like a pelvic floor instructor that was like,
a pelvic floor instructor.
Yeah, they're like people who's like doctors or whatever, or I don't know, nurse practitioners probably, or somebody like that who like specialize in keeping that area of your body or like, how to treat that area by like after pregnancy and, in older age. So your vagina does not fall out of your body.
That would be the worst.
I know. It wouldn't be great.
All right. Well, I'm glad Bo's hanging in there. I'm glad also because I thought you were changing number 2 diapers all day.
Mm-mm.
That is a relief.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
I don't even know how you change a dog's diaper.
It's very easy, and I'll send you a picture.
Like, is it? I just picture this dog like on the move, walking around, and you're trying to change it. Well, it's like
she knows now. She she knows as she comes back inside. We put the diaper on. It's just to avoid little dribbles. It's like little drips, and I got carpet. I can't have little drips on carpet.
No, you're doing the right thing.
I mean, she's got to wear them. She's dribbling.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
It's not her fault. She's 15. Oh, I tell even the vet was like, "Wow, 15. Yeah, she's doing great. She's old."
Yeah.
Okay. Guess what I'm going to do for her though?
What?
I have to tell you this. I'm very excited about this. I got this idea the other day from one of Eli's friends we went paddleboarding with, and she had this idea, and I'm like, "This is adorable." So Bo is from Mexico. That was where Bo was rescued from.
Mm-hmm.
She's turning 15. She needs a quinceañera. I'm going to throw her a dog birthday. I've never done this. It feels like it's going to be maybe her last one. It feels like it's not. It's cultural. Like she should do it. It's part of her culture.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It's not
and I'm
going
to have a little quinceañera for Bo. Yes. And put her in a little. Yeah. Because I already wanted to throw her a little birthday party because I wanted an excuse to like invite my friends over and like my brothers over and everything and just like have a little barbecue. And I thought, I'll have a birthday party for Bo. And
Sarah, this is the best thing you've ever done.
Somebody was like, you should have a quinceañera for her. And I was like, done! Deal! That is amazing. It's totally appropriate.
That you did not just pretend like this was your idea because I totally would.
Oh, well,
because this is genius.
It's genius. It's so genius. I couldn't stop. And she did. She heard, we were talking about where Bo was from. And I told her like Bo's history. Like, she was like asking me what kind of dog Bo. I'm like, I don't know. She was like a street dog rescued in Mexico when she was like 2 years old. And, so yeah, she was like, you know what you should do? This is amazing.
It's the best thing ever. I cannot wait to see the pictures.
So,
What's
my
the
gosh.
Day of the party. What day?
It'll be sometime in November. That is her birthday. Maybe I'll do an early one. Maybe it'll be like Halloween-y, like around that time. We can just do a combo.
This is going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be great. I was thinking about having like 2 piñatas, one with like people stuff in it, one with dog treats in it, and then I hit it. The dog treats are on the flower, and all the dogs can eat them.
Do it.
I know.
Do it. This is going to be so good.
I'm so excited.
This is going to be great.
A little bone-shaped piñata. Come on.
It's amazing.
It's the best thing that there ever was. I love it. So,
okay,
happy birthday, Bo.
Great. We talked about horses and Miss Universe and teeth.
Yeah. Oh,
we
right.
talked about.
Yes.
I confessed about my pageantry.
Yes, we found out. Susie, Miss Pittsburgh. Oh goodness, guys! Yeah. She's got the wave down.
Imagine how. Think about it. I was not only in Miss Pittsburgh, I lost.
Sus.
Miss Pittsburgh.
No, top 10 Miss Pittsburgh. You have to, come on, reframe, positive reframe.
You know what? I deserved it. I choked. So we got to move on. Anyway, we got to go.
That was fun. Bye.